Let's not use the word glitch. I think this is actually a clear human error.
Particular part of the country. This is a country where a boy from Anambra will score over 300 in JAMB examination. He will not get admission. Somebody will score 100 from Kebbi State. He will enter university, and then before you know it, he will end up as a permanent secretary or as a Supreme Court judge.
Right. All right.
No, that kind of thing does not, go well for national development.
Let's not use the word glitch. I think this is actually a clear human error.
So guys, after further investigation into the JAMB saga, it is now being finalized that it was a human error. If you've been following this trend, you know that the southeastern states were all affected in the latest JAMB results that were released. It was discovered that all the 5 states in the southeast, recorded massive failure. And now it is being discovered that it was a human error, meaning that somebody intentionally, failed the southeast students. And now the lawmakers, the reps caucus from the southeast are calling for the resignation of the JAMB boss. Now, this expert came to Arise Television. He narrated how further investigations were carried out and how it was now finalized to be a human error. But he's saying that the fault is not from JAMB, but it's the fault of the people that JAMB gives contract to. JAMB is not working alone. JAMB gives their contract to other people to do. And then human error, somebody intentionally, purposely decided to target students from the southeast. So guys, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at this discussion here, because he was on Arise Television and he gave more details to it. And then I don't know what you make of it. Don't forget that Ohaneze Ndibo is saying that JAMB shouldn't receipt. JAMB shouldn't ask the students to come and receipt. Instead, JAMB should give these children the scores of 300 per child for failing them, because these students are not supposed to pay for the mistake of JAMB. The fault is from JAMB. You cannot stress the children again. Anyway, I'm just going to allow you to take a look at what this expert has got to say and how they came about, realizing that this is a human error. It is not just something that happened from the thin air. Just take your time, watch this video, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now take a look.
Let's not use the word glitch. I think this is actually a clear human error. So, and actually from JAMB system. So, unfortunately, this happened, and we didn't know. When I just noticed that, I studied patterns, I started noticing that the failure rate was too much. Somebody scored 281 2 years ago, scored 311, and the person is scoring 164. And you see a lot of patterns. Somebody that won the national mathematics competition is scoring 40. The best students in top schools are scoring 140 in JAMB. I said, no, there's something that is really wrong. And of course, we have a lot of data also in Educare. When I put it up online, I said, you know what, if you have issues, tell me. I got like 18,000 people make reports. And obviously, I know that there's something wrong. And that's why I had to say, you know what, we must get to the end of this. As I was telling you, I had at least over 100 people who have been writing me that they're about to take their lives. And you can see that JAMB is something that is very critical to the life of these children. So it is a must that we have to get to them. So fortunately, I said, let me first of all activate the Freedom of Information Act. When I activated it, and I wrote to JAMB and also wrote to the Senate and also wrote to the House. Fortunately, they reacted almost the next day, and then they engaged to allow us to come and look at the system. When we looked at the system and understood the architecture, we noticed something. There are 2 main clusters. They have the CAD cluster and they have the LAC cluster. And even within the LAC cluster, there's what they call the Lagos zone, there's what they call the Owerri zone, and some other parts. Of course, Kogi, FCT is part of the LAC cluster. So the big question was, why did it affect just these people, right? Why didn't it affect these same people in the same cluster? That means there's something really fishy that we need to dig into. One thing I really commend JAMB for is JAMB is actually a very transparent organization, and you can see the highest level of sincerity in them. However, there are people that they work with, right? Which, of course, they work with vendors. The point is, who are these vendors? And they were, for me, I was like, these people actually need to come for public scrutiny, because we need to understand what exactly happened. And now that we found this, because probably this is the biggest, for the past 12 years, what has been happening? Because in technology, what it means is every year you improve on where you were. So if today we're experiencing disaster, we actually need to look back in the previous years. So I mean, at a glance, this is basically what happened, and now they have to fix. I recommended that they remark, because doing a receipt in 48 hours is something, for me, I say it's not practicable. They insisted that they have to do it, and of course, they went ahead. A lot of people are happy for the fact they had opportunity to receipt, but a number of people also haven't had the opportunity. So I would say, because I asked them a question, do we have the data? They said yes. If you have the data, why can't we just remark, right? The reasons were not so strong, right? I mean, I just noticed that they were more focused on the receipt, right? So, okay, no problem, let's receipt. So the receipts, hopefully, if not, no issues happen again, I mean, the children will actually see their score.
Following a wave of public complaints alleging technical glitches, incomplete questions, and unusually low scores, the registrar of the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, Professor Ishak Oloyede, last week addressed the widespread complaints over the 2025 UTME results, admitting that technical errors had affected some candidates' scores. The nationwide examination, a gateway to higher education for millions of Nigerian youths, was thrown into turmoil after technical failures reportedly compromised the test results of nearly 380,000 candidates. Well-meaning Nigerians have called on the Joint Administrations and Matriculation Board, JAMB, to initiate an urgent and independent audit of its digital systems following the large-scale technical disruptions that marred the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. Addressing the media in Abuja on Sunday, 18th of May, 2025, in Asokoro, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, described the incident as a national crisis that has severely undermined public trust in Nigeria's examination system. Well, joining us on the show to discuss the 2025 UTME result controversy is Alex Onya, CEO, Educare. Good morning and welcome to the program today.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Great. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Alex, the JAMB controversy, right? You are into the education sector,
Yeah.
Educare. Now, what's your take? Let's start from there. About the glitches, about the processing, about the makeup exams, the whole works. I don't need to repeat them to you.
Yeah, I think let's not use the word glitch. I think this is actually a clear human error. So I'm actually from JAMB system. So unfortunately, this happened, and we didn't know. When I just noticed that, I studied patterns, I started noticing that the failure rate was too much. Somebody scored 281 2 years ago, scored 311, and the person is scoring 164. And you see a lot of patterns. Somebody that won the National Mathematics competition is scoring 40. The best students in top schools are scoring 140 in JAMB. I said, no, there's something that is really wrong. And of course, we have a lot of data also in Educare. When I put it up online, I said, you know what, if you have issues, tell me. I got like 18,000 people make reports. And obviously, I know that there's something wrong. And that's why I had to say, you know what, we must get to the end of this. As I was telling you, I had at least over 100 people who have been writing me that they're about to take their lives. And you can see that JAMB is something that is very critical to the life of these children. So it is a must that we have to get to them. So fortunately, I said, let me first of all activate the Freedom of Information Act. When I activated it, and I wrote to JAMB and also wrote to the Senate and also wrote to the House. Fortunately, they reacted almost the next day, and then they engaged to allow us to come and look at the system. When we looked at the system and understood the architecture, we noticed something. There are two main clusters. They have the CAD cluster, and they have the LAC cluster. And even within the LAC cluster, there's what they call the Lagos zone, there's what they call the Owerri zone, and some other parts. Of course, Kogi, FCT is part of the LAC cluster. So the big question was, why did it affect just these people, right? Why didn't it affect these same people in the same cluster? That means there's something really fishy that we need to dig into. I mean, one thing I really commend JAMB for is JAMB is actually a very transparent organization, and you can see the highest level of sincerity in them. However, there are people that they work with, right? Which, of course, they work with vendors. The point is, who are these vendors? And they were, for me, I was like, these people actually need to come for public scrutiny because we need to understand what exactly happened. And now that we found this, because probably this is the biggest, for the past 12 years, what has been happening? Because in technology, what it means is every year you improve on where you were. So if today we're experiencing disaster, we actually need to look back in the previous years. So I mean, at a glance, this is basically what happened, and now they have to fix. I recommended that they remark, because doing a receipt in 48 hours is something, for me, I say it's not practicable. They insisted that they have to do it, and of course, they went ahead. A lot of people are happy for the fact they had opportunity to receipt, but a number of people also haven't had the opportunity. So I would say, because I asked them a question, do we have the data? They said yes. If you have the data, why can't we just remark, right? The reasons are not so strong, right? I mean, I just noticed that they were more focused on the receipt, right? So, okay, no problem, let's receipt. So the receipts, hopefully, if not, no issues happen again, I mean, the children will actually see their scores. But this whole thing has actually been a lot of...
No, but they said, based on the advice from experts like you and computer scientists, and the review over a 2-day period, they were able to isolate where the problems occurred.
Yes.
Lagos and Owerri zone. Yes. But you are saying the entire country, even where there were no issues, should be reviewed?
Yes, I think we need to, because aside from the Lagos and Owerri zone, I've gotten a lot of reports from Osun State, I've gotten from Edo State, but they are not as significant as the one that we did. These are like independent reports, which definitely they have to do investigations on. But you know, sometimes, in as much as this happens, some students may also want to take advantage of it. I mean, but however, this thorough review actually needs to happen, maybe after this exercise.
You mentioned something that several people have dismissed, majority of people have dismissed, but there's an undertone of a conversation happening.
Yeah.
Because you said that the Lagos cluster, the Owerri cluster, and you felt that something fishy happened inside.
Yeah.
Now, we've already heard from the Southeast Senate caucus who are saying that they don't want to believe that there could be an ethnic undertone to this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, social media runs wild.
Yeah.
That conversation has been dominant there.
Yeah.
What, in your findings, I know you still want a deeper investigations, but in your findings, why do you think those particular clusters were the ones affected and not any other part of the country?
So from what we saw, the investigation shows, I mean, from what we saw in the system, I mean, this was a patch that wasn't pushed. However, why did it happen in those two clusters, right? And in the same lag cluster, we still have other states. So my own point, I of course, I don't have any issue with JAMB as an organization, but it's the vendors that I was like, we need to hear, we need to know why, because I feel that they need to explain to us more on why exactly this happened, right? For JAMB to give us access to their system, what it means is that there's nothing they are hiding, right? But we've already seen this, and we say, this vendor, we need to know why. By the time we interrogate them and also study more patterns, in as much as we had access, of course, we didn't have access to a lot because this is just like a day stuff here, but we need to be able to now look more deeply and find out exactly why. So I wouldn't say it's targeted, I wouldn't say it's not targeted, right? But maybe by the time, because, you know, people online are very smart. You can't just deceive them, right? They are very intelligent. So even while you are talking, there are a lot of people who probably have worked with Amazon for like 30, 40 years. So they know a lot of things that probably you don't even know. So we need to be able to have that public scrutiny and ask more deeper questions. So with that, everybody can be convinced that this was actually human error. This is how it's fixed. This is why it's not going to happen again. These are the things that we need to be very convinced about.
So you haven't ruled out, in your own investigation, you have not ruled out foul play?
I haven't completely ruled it out, yeah.
What did you see when they opened up their system to you? Some of the complaints were that the system shut down while people were writing their exams. What did you see? Did you see lack of completion? Did you see irregular marking patterns? What did you see? And what are some of the outputs of the vendors that you saw?
So firstly, you know, JAMB doesn't own these CBT centers. Okay. So the whole issue of system shutting down is actually on their partner CBT centers, right? So which, of course, you still have to blame JAMB because I believe that you have 1 full year to be able to do a lot of all these checks. So that one is basically, it's like a common thing, right, which happens in their system. This particular thing happens year after year after year. Another thing that we saw is that we noticed that some children, like they complained as well, you see some questions with no answers. You see some answers with no questions, some few irregularities, right? Which, of course, is definitely going to affect them. Then, their fraud detection algorithm, that one I know is flawed.
Oh, and this was the fraud detection algorithm. JAMB was campaigning and saying that we've gotten the person.
It's flawed.
So say it again. Their fraud detection algorithm is
completely flawed. Yeah. So it needs to actually be improved on because the logic and everything needs to actually be improved on. Because the way they even used to make the predictions is not something, it doesn't make sense. So they actually need to change that. So once that is improved, the point is that they actually make some significant improvement, but looking at
where did they make those improvements? So before we talk about the ones that are flawed in this their system.
Yeah, so they changed their pattern. Okay. You know, they already had like a pattern, even the way they do their question rotation and everything. They had the pattern they have used over the years. So they actually made that adjustment. And they informed the JAMB team, the registrar and the rest, that this is it. But I mean, they are not technical people, right? In as much as they had some expectations. But looking at the way these things have been structured, you can definitely see gaps. So that's why I was telling them that we need to review this part and we need to even reanalyze the fraud detection process so that people don't just be victims, because a lot of children currently are being victimized for what they don't know, right?
Okay, secondly, I want to ask you this. Did you guys get access to JAMB server? Does JAMB have a collective server where all the data is?
Yes, they do.
They have a collective server. Did you guys get access? Did they give you access to be able to scrutinize the server, or they give you a possibility of an API to be able to have like an independent scrutiny?
No, they can't give you access to their API. So they just give us like a surface level access. Okay. Right, not like a deep level access within their system.
So, but that's what they should do for a comprehensive investigation, where they give an independent, forensic expert access to their API. They cannot be a judge in this case, isn't it?
Yeah, but this kind of systems, API wouldn't work. You don't need API for that one. I mean, just a normal direct access is fine. API probably will expose their system a lot more, which is actually security risk on that part. Yeah.
Okay, you've talked about fraud detection system. What other reforms would you like to see on the basis of your interaction with the JAMB authorities? And second, you talked about these service providers, these vendors who run the CBT centers. Now, I've heard some people saying that they should be identified and sanctioned, prosecuted, if possible. From what you saw in terms of your review, do you think that the matter is that serious?
Yes,
for them to be
I completely agree with that. I completely agree with that because this is so much of a risk, and the kind of reasons they gave is just too petty for a critical system like JAMB. So I feel that they should actually be sanctioned, yes. It's very important that it's done. Then in terms of improvement that I want, firstly, I don't know why we should write JAMB and wait for 2 weeks for results to be out. This is 2025 and this is CBT. Children should be able to write exam and children should be able to see their results immediately. And secondly, I also want children to be able to see what they answered and what their own JAMB answer is. So even if they don't see it, that one can maybe a week after. But children should be able to do their own reassessment and also maybe raise questions if they want. So this actually makes the transparency a lot more easy when the transparency is in the hands of the students. Secondly, if you look at the JAMB onboarding process, you have to register. Sometimes we see children, they are waiting at midnight to see if the JAMB server is going. Those kind of things. I mean, it shouldn't be happening now. Change of course, you want to change course, like I have my cousin. She's already in school. Up till today, she hasn't been able to change back her university to the original one, telling her come back for like 2-3 months now, right? These are inefficiencies that shouldn't be happening. So those kind of entire process from the beginning to the end, they need to actually overhaul the process so that efficiency can be something that we'll be proud of.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. In one sentence, some people are saying that maybe the UTME is even redundant now. Are they going too far? Do we still need it?
I think we critically need it, yeah, because, I mean, sometimes because of issues like this, you see people cry, but if you notice, the reason why you see that there's still some level of quality in our education is because of JAMB. check, I mean, for the fact that you need 360 or 320 to even come and participate in medicine, at least that gives you a guarantee. Because UNN did something, so like 2 years ago when they removed the post-UTME, that was the worst form of admission ever. So they saw that the quality of the students dropped drastically. So having this kind of checks are important. The most important thing here is that it has to be very efficient. That is all that everybody's asking for. And what you did is actually what you should get, not when you struggled and got something
and we
different.
need to look at the vendors again.
Yes, and even the process of how they got the vendors is even something we need to...
the process of getting the vendors to public scrutiny.
Very important, very important.
Yeah.
Mr. Alexander, thank you so much. Incredibly insightful. A lot of takeaways from this conversation. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
In the year 1967, Awolowo, a Yoruba man, stabbed over 3.5 Igbo children in the Civil War, and they died of kwashiorkor. In 2023, when they saw that an Igbo man is about to win Nigeria election, they said there is technical glitch. They stopped uploading results, and they announced the Yoruba man as the president of Nigeria. In the year 2025, another Yoruba man failed 379,997 Igbo children, failed them in JAMB. It's not a coincidence. It's a deliberate attack on the Igbo. Everything is deliberate. It's intentional. Have you seen why nnamdi kanu say one Nigeria no go work? One Nigeria will not work for Igbo man. Now, one Nigeria I had a baragon. Now, waiting all of us know. 5 states in the southeast, all of them, they failed them. In Lagos State, because Lagos also they included, the 5 states, Anambra, Abia, Imo, Enugu, and Imo states, all of them failed them. In Lagos, do you know the location that is affected by this JAMB failure is dominated by Igbo, first tag. Igbo dominated area for Lagos, they fail all the Igbo children where they did. A Yoruba man. You see, one Nigeria, you might not believe it now, but you accept this reality later. Okay, in Nigeria, all of you dodging this, you don't accept it now. Mano nanya. Nanya. It must come. One Nigeria will not, it no go work. It's a scam. Other than Hundi work right. They did not fail Yoruba. They did not fail Hausa. They did not fail Akwa Ibom. They did not fail Calabar. They did not fail Bayelsa. They did not fail Benin. They did not fail any other tribe in Nigeria. But they fail Igbo children. And they say that is a glitch. It's an error. In 2023, they say it's a glitch. In 2025, they say it's a glitch. The children from Southeast, students, they said they know what they wrote. They saw that these students were passing. The figures, waiting then they mark, they cannot believe it because anything that will make them to put Igbo states, Igbo children, Igbo students for top, or the performance of the Igbos generally, anything that will make them to put them for top is what they can never accept. So they always want to bring, that is why when they say that Anambra is the best in education, that time for WAEC, WAEC immediately pull it down. They pull their tweet down. So that they will not give credit to Ndim. When he reached for cutoff mark, it is the 5 states in Southeast that have the highest cutoff mark. If you don't have up to 140 something, 150, you don't go enter university. But in the North, once you have 40, 35, 15, you are free to enter to ZionPrayerOutreachImovement University. Once you have 70, 60 in Yoruba land, you can enter university. But in Southeast, in Igbo land, your score must reach 140, 150, 160 cutoff mark for Ndibo. the standard of education, the level where they put them, very high. If you not reach there, you not go enter university. Marginalization, victimization. Nnamdi Kanu is right. Nnamdi Kanu is always right. Now, why if you never they support him? Now prophet in Dio. He's not a carry Bible, they preach, they run around like but he is a prophet, and everything when he don't talk, they come to pass. One Nigeria is a scam from you. One Nigeria is a fraud from you. Yoruba man, Yoruba people, now then they fail in deal for Nigeria. They say I want to give them education. Yoruba, now then they go school pass. But recently, the Igbos surpassed them for education. Ndị Igbo, they wash Yoruba down for education. Once they are doing competition, Anambra, Abia, Imo, number one. This is our chime, our hakame. Now God will do it. Because of the knowledge. There is knowledge where a group of people will get, you cannot remove it. As they have embraced Agboro and Tout, the Southeast says, since they are marginalizing us, it is good we take our destiny in our own hands. We have to fight for our survival. And now that fighting for our survival, they make Southeast to the pass education. Anambra was number one. Why we went to remove it so that they will stop crediting, giving accolade to Southeast. See the Yoruba man who will fail my people. See the man who don't come for TV. He said he's sorry. And look at him crying crocodile tears. You are sorry after damage. After you have caused damage to Southeast. You don't fail Yoruba. You don't fail Hausa. You go fail Southeast. You say that's a mistake. It's an error. What manner of error is that? What manner of error? You are joking with... Do you think it's easy to go and write exam? Look at the Yoruba man.
Despite being able to identify the source of the problem and the affected centers, we are conscious of the painful damage it has inflicted on the reputation of JAMB. As registrar of JAMB, I hold myself personally responsible including for the negligence of the service provider and I unreservedly apologize for it.
See the drama they are acting. You are crying and camera they zoom, they come closer. As you they cry, then they clap. What is the meaning of the clapping? I am sorry for what I did. Quack, 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 quack. Clapping for what? Say they never see person who clap before. Now script oh. You intentionally failed my people. And you come say you apologize. You are sorry. Will sorry heal the wound? Every day, sorry. I beg. They have to leave us to go. It's simple. Since they don't want us in Nigeria, it is better we leave them. You don't want me. You don't want me to go. You don't want me to stay. What did we do to you people in Nigeria? Can you find Merunu? Una take the political space. Una say we not go near presidency. We start to the hustle as traders. Anywhere where we put our business, where we start our business. If una think that we don't progress there, una go send una Agbero where una no gree send school. Una go send them just the way where they get Alabajiri for now. So they have Agbero in Yoruba. Our people say they will have to struggle because it's now survival of the fittest. We started with one boy. One boy will go and serve his organ. Also, butcher organ, except to lawyer. After settlement, one boy will open his own shop. Under 2 years or 3 years, one boy is already rich, and he will get another one boy. Now, so the whole thing they move. Our guys when they make it big. Nigeria, China, Nigeria. Nigeria 240-feet container of different types of women weave on and China slippers and different types of things and clothes. baby cream. What and I forgot the spare parts because that one we hate you, man. More like our logo. Our spare parts. If you never buy spare parts for my Igbo brothers, you never start now. Because once you buy spare parts, when not be from Igbo man, that's the time you go knock engine. Because Igbo man and then they sell original spare parts, original television, everything electronics, anything electronics in Nigeria, from AC to fridge. If you never buy them for Igbo man shop, you never start because they will give you the best. And they sell with a little game, very small game. It can even be 500 naira game. Once they see that our business, they will send the agro to go and burn it. To go and burn it. We don't leave politics for now. Start business. Una carry seaport, keep for Lagos. Una know they do business. Now we they do business. Keep business for us. Now we when they like business, so that it go there easy for us. Una say no. We still the struggle. We see the push. If una see say we don't the progress, we are making it more than you. Una go bona. Una say una no one build house. Una go carry una land, sell give Igbo man. The only plot of land where your papa gets, you sell am to Igbo man because you want to do a one day. The Igbo man go buy the thing, build plaza. Tomorrow you go say where they build the thing. Now where water they pass, now water canal. It's water canal. You go carry your bulldozer, go bring the thing down. What did we do to you? Getting high Melinda. Now we say, okay, we have to put our mind in education. Since they pursue us everywhere, anywhere where we took our head, Yoruba na Hausa na Chuaria. Yoruba Hausa na Fulani na Chuaria na Nigeria. We say, okay, let us, since we are already intelligent, maybe we took head for education. As soon as they say we don't make them, when I say this our result no be real one, na miracle center. Special center. How is this special center? If it is special center, you cannot check it. How can't you check whether it is special center or not? Once it's special center, you will close it down. They say that special center. At the end of the day, nothing like special center. Everything is their normal propaganda. Igbo people are still passing their exams, making wave locally, globally, internationally, and even in African continents. These things still depend them. They had to fail students and blame it on technical glitch. The same technical glitch will keep us for where we did today for Nigeria. The same technical glitch will keep us for where we are today. 2023 technical glitch for election. 2025 technical glitch for JAM. What did we do to these people? Look at the Yoruba man. You are crying. You they cry. Camera they come and then they clap. Pharaoh, let my people go. Jehovah Lord is calling them. Allow them to go to their promised land. See, it is very obvious that we are not needed in Nigeria. And this is why nnamdi Kanu is still in cell. He knows that Nigeria ain't hard work. Or no do one this thing. Nnamdi Kanu still know that Nigeria no go work for us. Is there anything happening in Nigeria today Nnamdi Kanu did not say? I don't like Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, Nigeria will happen to you as Igbo man. We have to, it's either our lawmakers, they will have to start pushing for the separation of Nigeria referendum. Since Yoruba and Hausa don't want us in Nigeria, we should stop forcing ourselves, staying with these people because it will not work. They will get their worst of their worst. See their cut-off mark, 40-something, 30-something in the north. But now then they rule us for over 50 years. The people where they get highest score, they never give them chance to become president. Yoruba were full with agro and tout, and their cut-off mark not even reach 100. Now them still get chance of becoming president. The people that are good in education, business, and general things, anything business or this thing, success in Nigeria, can't even man in. There is no way we go, we don't succeed. Now you know this. The people that are succeeding, the people that are struggling to make it in life, the people that have made it with their struggle and with their pains, with their blood, with the water in their body, they know they give them opportunity. We have to live. Nigeria does not belong to Igbo man. Nigeria is not for Igbo. Nigeria is not for us. This rubbish has to stop. Nnamdi Kanu, he's a prophet. Onye amụma ka ọ wụ Nnamdi Kanu wụ onye amụma maka onwe ihe o kwuru. Obodo ihe o kwuru about Nigeria na-adebeghị n'aka ọmụbeghị to pass. Anything Nnamdi Kanu kwuru, if it's not happening now, it will happen later. Everything. Now why to release them the problem? To release them because they don't say, no, go back, I will. Now here, now we get our refuge. Now here we go there safe. Now where Nnamdi Kanu there we get hope. They don't just want to release him. Release this man and let him show us way on how we are going to get out of this shit world and put us in. They have failed our brothers and sisters. You have failed them. Let me see how Yoruba will move on. When you have failed them, now make your people they fly. Fail them, fail Southeasterners, and let Yoruba fly. Let Hausa fly. Now sun will be. They know they cover sun. We are star. No matter how you cover it, you could shine. Continue. Continue. All I know is that the Igbos must leave Nigeria. It's a must that the Igbos will have to exit Nigeria because Nigeria is not for us.
So guys, you have seen it for yourself. This is what we are saying about marginalization, hatred for the Igbos. I'm just wondering how somebody will just sit, in a particular corner and decide to target students from a particular region. The question remains, how long has this happened? The question remains, since when did they start targeting the Igbos? Are you sure this is the first time? Anyway, there are also recommendations for more investigations to be carried out. They should look deep, like from 1999, to know when all these kind of things started happening. When did they started targeting people from a particular region? It's really so sad that the Nigerian society is turning to become something else. And that is why people are saying Biafra is the way to go. That you cannot own a country where a people is not being carried along. You can imagine if the Igbos are being targeted in exams, then that leaves a whole lot of questions on the table. You target a particular people. Igbos are known to be well read. They take their times to study. They contribute a lot for their own progress. But see where we are, a place where, somebody will just sit in his office and decide to fail students from the Southeast. It's really, really so sad that we are recording this. Lagos was also affected, but now it is being notice that the areas in Lagos affected are Igbo-dominated areas. So we are living in a country where the Igbos are not only denied political seats, they are not only denied opportunities to be carried along politically, they are not allowed to do businesses. You see what is happening in the country. If an Igbo man, you can imagine if Innocent was to be a northerner, if Innocent was to be from the southwest, the federal government would have come to his aid to have helped him. But we are living in a country where if you are an Igbo man and your business is booming, they will look for a way. A policy can just come up to suppress you. That's the level of what we are seeing in this country. Honestly, this has to stop. This has to stop. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Now, the rep caucus from the Southeast are asking for JAMB boss to resign. Do you think that should just be the solution? Is it not time for them to really also dig deep to know exactly when all these things started affecting the southeastern part of the country? Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.